So let's go through and actually get our template set up for the editor. So I'm on the documentation page for 5.3, which is what I'm using. And let's just look at what it's got here. So for creating custom templates, um, basically that it's going to make the starting point for our project, which is what we know. And so we're going to create the custom template, and it it'll include it in the list of templates when we create a new project. Perfect. It can include content, settings, and code, which is good because we wrote some code, and have any specific plugins enabled by default. So what do we need to do? So what's this note say? It says that in the instructions below, project name refers to your Unreal project's name. For example, my project.uproject. This is different from the project name variable with square brackets in the default game.ini file. Well, that might mean more when we get there. So to convert an existing project into a template, yes, please. Copy the entire projects folder into the templates folder of your Unreal Engine installation. Um, so it would be either located in your program files, Epic Games, UE version template. So what I found is I've actually installed it a little bit one way, a little bit another way. But for 5.3, I put it on a special drive. And so I found it in under Epic Games. Um, so I found it on my special drive, Epic Games UE 5.3 and templates. So that's the directory that we're going to copy into. You can see here you got third person or TP maybe for template, blank a blueprint one, a template blank, C++ one, which is what we started with, right? First person and a bunch of other things here. So what else do we need to do? Now we know that. Um, Open the project name config default game ini file. Oh, well, I guess we should copy it. Okay, let's do that. So there's my template folder. And here is my dev folder. And here's my HFX template. And I look inside there. There's all of our stuff, or all our source code. I've read ahead. I hope it works. So I'm going to, I guess I'm just going to drag it across here. Copy to templates. And off it goes. I guess it's not a small file by any stretch of the means. I'll see how big the folder was after we're done here. Looks like it's like 5 gig or 6 gigs. Yeah, my creative file, this drive, my dev one is conventional hard drive. And this software drive is an SSD. So um, it'll be faster over here, but let's see what happens. Let me just take a gander at what was the property size on this. Yeah, so 5.8 gig for what we've done so far. Okay, so now this is where we've got it here. Let's go back to our instructions. Okay, so open the project name config default game ini file. Then add or update project name variable. Okay, we'll just maybe, can I dock this on the side here? Boink. And give me this templates folder. So if I open up this, yeah, I'm in the templates folder, so this is a copy. Good, because I don't want to break anything just yet. Config default game ini file. Let me just this over. I'll zoom this in a bit. Okay. Oh, and I got my name in lights here. So what does it want? In our default game ini file, then add or update the project name variable. This is the name that will display in the template selection screen when you create a new Unreal Engine project. Okay, so we're going to go project name equals, and I'm going to call it our, I don't want to say custom template. I want to just say, um, I want to say something brilliant. I feel like I only have one chance to do this too. I don't know. Anyways, let's call it um, starter template with um, with gas. We'll see what that does. Okay, and then we'll save that. Guess this project ID has been generated for us somewhere. Well, I guess when we first created our project, right? Project ID variable is a unique ID generated for each project. So that'll probably get updated when we make a new one. And I suppose you could either remove your copyright notice, but I'm going to keep it there because it's my template. So you have yours and I got mine. For your Unreal Engine installation folder, so am I done with this? I think I'm done with that. I'm going to close that. From your Unreal Engine installation folder, go to templates, first person config. Okay. So templates, TP first person config, and copy the template defs ini file. So I'm gonna right click and copy, and to the project name config folder. So let's go back to templates. Here's our template at the top, and copy it into our config folder. So I'm going to paste that in here. Okay. It says you can use any existing template folder instead of TP first person as long as it has a template defs ini file. Okay. Now we're going to open the template defs ini file, and there's all sorts of stuff in here. So there are four steps to, or there are four sets of variables, one for each language, for English, Korean, Japanese, and simplified Chinese. So that's some localized naming here, right? And so we can update the localized display names and description for what we've got. Okay. And then I guess we'll use Google Translate and we'll paste in it in the same place. So what's this first one? The display name. So they called it my test template. What did we? I don't even remember what I called it. Oh, it's still here. So starter template with gas. Okay, so we'll call it that. So I'm in the one that we copied over. So this is our starter template with gas. And I'm going to get rid of all of that. And my description is going to be a base C project with with um, ability system and something else, and 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 other and other and other um, starting functions for game, no, and other custom starting uh, options, other custom starting features. Sure. So let me get Google Translate over here. Pull that in here and we'll get, well, first I'm going to put this in here just to make sure that we've got the, so that's the first person. So that's Korean. I'm going to flip that and I'm going to get this, copy and paste. And then I'm going to copy that and paste. And I'm going to grab this and in here and paste. Copy that. And I'm going to start at the beginning here and shift in to get the end and come inside the quotes and paste. Okay. Ability system, maybe because it's capitalized, yeah. Um, okay, so that's one. Let's get another one here. Whatever, I guess this is maybe Japanese. Let's copy that and paste it here. English to Korean. Now detect language, Japanese detected. And we want to go to English. Okay, now we're going to inverse that. And we'll copy that and paste. Copy that and paste. Grab this one, that, paste, copy that, and paste. It's funny that they had gas. Oh no, I guess our ability system they translated somehow. And now let's do this last one, which I think is the Chinese one. So copy that. Set this back to detect. Oh, I guess it's already detecting, and I'm gonna paste. And let this go back to English for me and invert them. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this, put it here, copy that, put it there. And then I'm gonna copy this and put it there, copy that, and paste it there. Okay. I think we're good there. Thank you, Mr. Google Translate. And now, so what else? What's next here? It's just put this over here a bit. So we did the localized descriptions. When you create a new project, your template will appear in the category specified in the template defs ini file. It's controlled by the categories variable. Despite the variable name, I guess because it's plural, a template can only have one category assigned to it. Well, here it's right at the very top of our list here, categories, and it says equal to games, which works for us. And here's the other ones if you were doing a template for other things. Um, we can go into the category any file and take a look at that, but I don't think we have to do anything there. And you can add an icon and a preview image in the project name / media folder. These images must use the PNG format and follow the naming conventions below. Project name media folder. Our project name, because that's what they're talking about, is our project. Project name refers to your project's name. Okay. So in here, I don't have a media folder, but I guess if we put an image, if we created an image, we could create and put one in there. I wonder if it needs to be a certain size. Let's look at one. Let's look at a first person blueprint media. Okay, looks like they grabbed a screenshot of sorts. And they don't look big, right? This is 128 by 128. And this one's 400 by 200. So let's look at another one. How about the blank one? 64 by 64, 400 by 200. I'm almost thinking we'll just copy this one. Get some characters in. I'd like to be something different. So what I did was I opened my project, and then we'll see. And since they want a 400 by 200 image, and I'm not a graphic artist by any means, I just resized my window here. And when I do that, in the output log, it gives me the size of the window that it's creating. So just so I had something to deal with here, I just sized it down to twice the 400 by 200, so 800 by 400. I pushed play and I adjusted myself to have a screenshot that I wanted to take, and then I just did Shift Windows key S and made a screenshot. And then I opened up GIMP and I did a file create from clipboard, and it came in here to look better than this because this has been reduced, because then I went to image, scale image, and I scaled it down to 400 by 200, and it gave me this. And then I just PNG exported that. I did a file export as, and I did it as my HFX template.png. And so that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to close this, and I'm not going to save. I'm going to discard that because I don't need it. And I've put that. So then I went into my HFX template folder in my dev drive, and I created a media subfolder, and I put my template PNG there. So if I go back into where we are storing our template file, so there's HFX template, and they say to just put a media folder in there with that file, which I have here, so I can just drag that over here and copy it there, I'm assuming. And okay, I'm going to stop this and close the editor. And let's go back to our instructions. Okay, so you can add an icon, previous, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we did that. Icon and preview. Oh. Oh, icon and preview. We kind of recreated the preview. Let me go back into there. Let's look at TP blank again. One's got the name preview in it. That's the 400 by 200. And then we want an icon. Okay. So one more thing to do here. I guess first thing I can do is I can go into here, into media, and this, we want it to be underscore preview. Oops. Can I control Z that? I could. And I don't want to delete the other part. I want underscore preview. Okay. So that's one. And now, so now we want an icon. Okay. Let's go back into our project and let's open it up. And let's see if we can create an icon for that. Hey, I've got a video on how to create icons straight in the editor, but I don't want to do that right now. Um, let's open. I don't know if I got an icon. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just start. I'm just going to copy. I'm going to copy and reuse the one from TP blank. I think that's just fine. I'm going to copy that and bring it in here for media. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to call this HFX underscore template. So that'll be our icon. That'll be our preview if all goes well. Okay, I'm going to exit out of the editor here. Okay, and is there anything else? That's all it says that you need to do, eh? Okay, so let's you should now see the template. A new template, custom template called My Test Template can be seen in the instance of Unreal Project Browser. To see new templates, you only need to close and open the new project window. However, if you make any changes to an existing template, for example, if you change its name or description, you must restart Unreal Engine before the changes are displayed. So, and open the new project window. Okay. Two things there. One thing I'm wondering, if I open Unreal Engine from here and go to library, it doesn't show up because this is, so these are some of the things I've been farting with for a while. Yeah, there's my working directory that we're working in. So if I was to just launch 5.3.2 now, as a blank, why is it taking so long? I don't know. Yeah, sure. Here it comes finally. And yeah, so I'm gonna up screen this just so we don't see the rest. Can I zoom in on these? No. So these are my recent projects. But if I go into games, there's blank first person. Yeah, I don't see our custom one. I don't see our custom one here. That doesn't mean it won't show up elsewhere. Let me cancel out of this. And I'm going to um, I'm going to just open our templates back up. And then if we go file, Do, 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 do. If I go to the content browser, file, no. If I go to the map file, new level, new project. So we'll go into our new project from here. And we see the same thing that we saw before. Oh, why this is called first person, I'm not sure. But it definitely has our icon. Don't know why. Okay, I'm going to say from my template as a question almost, and let's push create. Why would it say first person? I thought we edited that. Maybe we didn't save it. Yeah, we didn't save it. So I'll save that now. And I'm going to close out of that. And this is where they say, since we just made changes to it, we're going to have to open and close it. But let's just see what we get when we open this. And yeah, we'll take a moment here for sure. That's the new project. This is our template. You're working on something there, buddy. I can hear my hard drive grinding away. Okay, good. I was happy to see Visual Studio pop up because that means it's doing something that's called from my template. Let's see. Hey, there's our workshop level. I'm gonna make this back to a normal size here. Probably some settings that we could customize there, customize the layout and get all that stuff to your preferences, eh? That'd be good. But okay, so that's here. And if I go, so we probably want to have a different startup map than just our workshop, or maybe we do just want that. But everything's here. Our C++ classes called from my template now, and our ability system. So we're going to just go into our workshop here. I'm going to push play. Looks familiar. And we go in here. Hey, and look at that. We're starting to take damage. So it worked. That's awesome. Okay, so we um, we didn't save that file, so that's why we didn't have it showing up. So I'm going to close this, and I can close Visual Studio because it opened that for us. Oh, we should have looked in here and seen what the. We'll go back. Um, and what I want to do is I'm going to go back into library here and launch. At least it launched better this time. I guess since that updated was a little bit sooner. So in our games, there we go. Starter template with gas. Nice. Starter template with gas. A base C++ project with ability system and other custom starting features. And all the other good stuff that it had in here. Oh, there was something else that I wanted to change. Um, okay, I'm excited now. So in templates, in that one config file, I noticed there was stuff at the bottom that template defs.ini, config template defs.ini. So So we got this set up, and that was wonderful. There was all of this stuff which I don't want to touch, but shared content packs. See, we copied this from the first person, but I don't want this shared content in here. And so, because if I go into templates and go into TP blank, so this is the most basic one, and go into config and open its template def, it's got a lot of comments in it, which is nice. So you can kind of read through um, a lot of bits about it, right? And down at the bottom here, it's kind of freaky that it's actually going into inside our CPP files and stuff. And it's changed our template from the template name to the project name inside of all the .h's and CPP files. That's scary. And then it worked. But anyways, shared feature packs, right? Shared content packs. Well, I don't want any of those in there because it's just going to bloat my project up. So I'm going to just put in the semicolon here to remove that. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and all these other ones seem to be reasonable, right? Reading through them and comparing what's happening in here to this. I'm going to save that and then close that. And yeah, I'm going to now go up to my creative drive here, Unreal Dev, and from my template, I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to get the launcher open here. Go back to library. I'm going to launch 5.3. That's where I put it, so it won't find the other in any other ones, which is fine. And I want to go into games. Starter template with gas. Looks great. Quality presets. Yeah, I don't want starter content. Or maybe if that gets checked, it brings those other ones in. But I don't care about that. And I'm just going to call it test to delete. And we'll create. So it looks like when if we need to update something, I guess we just copy the whole folder back, right? Or whatever asset is changed or what have you. We'll cover that, I guess, when we do that I think the next clear step would be to get some characters in there, get some base animation and movement, basic movement all put into place, and some stuff like that there, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, so here we are. And if I look at the content browser, our C++ classes, see it's test to delete public, all of our stuff, the UI, our widget controllers, our game mode. See, it's interesting. Maybe we shouldn't have our titles in there, but maybe that's okay because that's where this thing's built from. Don't know if there's any other information to be able to see that. And I'm going to flip into Visual Studio here and let's just see games, test to delete, source, test to delete, public, private. Yeah, all of our stuff's in here. And here's our test to delete .h. So it's got our effect factor in here, our game trace channel. Oh, let's jump into here. I'm curious to make sure that that actually works. If I mouse over, yeah, we're getting all of our little highlights as we wanted. This is so cool. This is the way that you go through YouTube tutorials then. And if it's something that you want to add, pump it into your own template. And then you're not starting over all the time and having to figure things out constantly back and forth. Learn it once, put it in your new template, and and just keep updating it. And it gets to be a better and better starting position every time, right? That's awesome. That's really awesome. So yeah, we'll end up with, you know, probably our UE5 skeletal mesh in here, and and a and some animations, and probably something else to move animations from or to, the whatever it's called, the mapping thing between the two. Anyways, I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close this. One thing that I don't know if anybody else does, there's all sorts of things from the marketplace that you download and put in, right? And want to add to a project. Um, what I've done is I've created one called Asset Test Area. Uh, I put it in version 5 because most things on the marketplace will do version 5. I guess you could have one for every type of version, but it's one spot where I add to project from the marketplace. And then from there, I can go in and grab the one item or the two items or whatever, or review the system, and then migrate from there to my actual project. Because you can see I didn't do that because I've got all sorts of other garbage and crap in here, from all the different things. And it's just like, well, that's pointless because you end up with all the bloat from every one of these as opposed to it just adding it into one, right? Anyways, that's all I got going for that. Anyways, um, I think that was quite successful, boys and girls. Um, yeah, creating custom template. It worked. Next step is to, I guess, clean up our template a bit more. I want to set a better starting map. Maybe the starting map should be the overview. Probably as a good refresher of what the template is, right? I think that we should make that the starting map, and I think I'd like to get some characters in there and animations, and then I got to get back into the project work, like actually my coursework, and learn a few more things to add into it. But I think this might be the temporary end of this series. So, because I'd like to start mastering the videos and getting them up on YouTube for all of you, and let's see what kind of response I get. Thanks a lot for sticking through me. If you've watched all the way through to this video, I think that's pretty amazing. So have a good one, and see you next time.